It is incredibly important as a musician to practice the things that we play at all tempos, okay? I think one of the things that has been such a revelation to me over the years regarding this subject is that I always just sort of naturally felt that if I could play something super fast, then I could certainly play it at half the tempo or even a quarter of the tempo. I mean, it only makes sense, right? I mean, think about it. Like, if you can play something burning fast, how would it even be possible that you couldn't play it slow? But unfortunately, I've learned the hard way that this is the case, where you can play something incredibly fast, maybe you can also play something incredibly slow, but it's difficult for you to play at a medium tempo or at any other, configuration of the above here. And I think that the reason is, and I've done a lot of analysis on this and a lot of reflection into my own playing, is that at every tempo that we play at, regardless of your instrument, if you're a drummer, you're using all your limbs, and if you're a guitar player, you're obviously using your hands, and if you're a vocalist, your instrument is your own being. But as a guitar player, what I've found is that when you play something slow, the technique is different at a slow tempo, which is also different at a medium tempo, and it's also different at a fast tempo. And because of that, the mastery of any one of these three, the slow, the medium, or the fast, doesn't necessarily mean that you can do one or the other, okay? So to cite a specific example, when I play something really fast, economy of motion reigns supreme, okay? The right hand movements and the left hand movements are very fine and granular, okay? It's a lot of economy of motion, and I play with a very light touch. Whereas when I play slow, economy of motion doesn't really play a part in that situation, because the music is so slow that I don't really have to worry about that, okay? I can just be free to do whatever I want. I can make unnecessarily larger movements. I can also play with a lot of feel at those tempos, okay? Now, to contrast the fast and the slow, you then have medium tempos, which are kind of like a combination of both, where you can have the flexibility of not having to be too economical and have a little more freedom, okay, with what you're doing to be more expressive. But at the same time, because it's not super fast, but maybe kind of fast because it's somewhere in the middle, there has to be some sort of economy of motion, okay? So I hope this gives you a better kind of umbrella picture of this. Again, for years, I thought to myself, well, if I can play 16th notes at 200 on a metronome, then I can easily play 16th notes at 150 and 100. But what I've found is you really do actually have to practice the entire spectrum of tempos. And the core reason is because the technical things that we need to accomplish each of the tempos changes, okay? And we have to get, as players, used to those subtle changes. And therefore, if we're used to playing fast, we understand that technique that is required of that. But that's not the same technique that's required of playing medium tempos and or slow tempos. So trust me, I can save you a lot of heartache with this subject. Practice everything that you play in all tempos across the board, and you'll become a better player because of it.